system landscape. Okay, so far we have covered active methodology. Also in this active methodology we see how the project runs, okay, how the project works. And so now we'll get to know what is system landscape. System landscape is a set of servers. It's a set of servers a company used to build, test, and run their SAP project smoothly. To run the SAP project, company should have these servers. These are the set of servers. That's what we call as system landscape. So what do we have in that system landscape? We have development server, quality assurance server, and production server. These are the three main servers that any company that implements SAP that use. Okay, what are those? Development server, quality assurance server, and production server. So what do we do in the development server? In the development server, basically we do all the configurations. Okay, in the development server we do all the required configurations. So once the configurations are done, then we'll move the data from development server to quality assurance server with the help of TR and basis team. Okay, once the implementation has done in development server, then we'll move the data from development server to quality assurance server with the TR. So when we moved the development server data to development server and quality assurance server, in that quality assurance server, the testing will be done. Initially, unit testing will be done by the consultants to see whether the configurations are meeting the configurations are meeting their expectations or not, whether the configurations are correct or not. To know that, they will conduct some testing, that is called unit testing. And after that unit testing, end users will do the user acceptance testing. End users will do that user acceptance testing. So once that testing is also done, once the unit testing and user acceptance testing also done, then the data will be moved from quality assurance server to production server with help of TR. Okay, initially we'll do all the configurations in the development server, then we'll move data from development server to quality assurance server with the help of TR, and after testing has done in that quality assurance server, then we'll move the data from quality assurance server to production server. This is how these servers will work. Okay, so we'll understand in simple terms that SAP system landscape is a set of servers a company uses to build, test, and run their SAP projects smoothly. So for these reasons, we use SAP landscape. So it is a process that every company follows when they implement or manage SAP. So what are the servers in SAP system landscape? We have mainly three servers as we discussed: development server, quality assurance server, and production server. So what do we do in the development server? We do in the configurations. Configurations. We do all the configurations in the SAP system based on client's requirement. Whatever the client is asked, based on the client requirement, we'll do all the configurations in the development server. Okay, so custom developments like creating new reports, programs, etc. Okay, we'll customize the configurations based on the client requirement. As if they want the new reports and programs, we'll do all those things in the development server. This is where the consultants mainly work. Consultant main work is in the development server. Then we have quality assurance server. Okay, in the quality assurance server, we do the unit testing and user acceptance testing. So unit testing will be done by the consultants. Okay, to check the configurations are technically correct or not. Unit testing will be done by the consultants, and the user acceptance test is done by the end users to test SAP meets their real business needs or not. Okay, functional consultants are testing whether the configurations are technically correct or not, and the end users are testing that SAP meets their real business needs or not. They do these two tests in quality assurance server. No configurations are done here, only testing happens. And next we have production server. So what do we use production server? Production server is used for real-time business transactions like posting customer invoices, vendor payments, generating reports, etc. For those purposes, we use this production server. For real-time business transactions, we use this production server. This is the live system used by the end users every day. Every day, end users will work on this production server only. What do we need from the client before we start configurations? We understand the client, we understand what is system landscape. Now we'll see what do we need from the client before we start configurations. We need some information from our client, right? So what is that? Before doing any SAP configurations, we require some important information or documents from the client, like their business requirements, like sales, purchases, and payment processes. We understand their business requirements, their latest trial balance. We require their latest trial balance. Why? To understand existing financial status. Okay, to understand their existing financial status of their business, we need their recent trial balance, and for GL structure also. Okay, and their current master data, whatever the master data they are using currently, we need that master data, list of customers, list of vendors, and list of materials, list of employees. We need this master data. Organizational structure. Okay, this organizational structure details, like how their company code, plant, purchase organization, etc. What is their organizational structure, what they are using in their previous company, previous ERP, that organizational structure we need. This information helps consultants build the SAP system as per the real needs of the company. So when we have all the required details, it will help to build the SAP system as per the real needs of that company. So we'll understand using the real time example. Okay, imagine that you have a company. That assume that you are having a company that is PNB Solutions. Okay, PNB Solutions is a company that is moving from Tally to ESAP. Okay, that is currently using Tally, and now they want to move to Tally to SAP. So in development server, SAP consultants configure the company code, fiscal year, chart of accounts. What they do in the development server, consultants will configure the company code, fiscal year, chart of accounts. In the quality server, consultants and key users test the transactions like customer billing, vendor payments. Okay, once the configurations are done in the development server, then in the quality server, consultants and key users test the transactions like customer billing, vendor payments, everything. After successful UAT, user acceptance testing, settings are moved from production server. Okay, once the testings are done, then it will be moved to production server. In production, PNB solutions start running real business. Okay, once everything is done, then we'll start using the real business. So here we can conclude by saying that system landscape, that is development, testing, production. In simple terms, we can remember as create, test, run real business. We can remember like this. This flow ensures the SAP projects well planned, tested, and safe for daily use. Okay, so this is the quick revision table. That one word, if you want to remember in one word, you can say that development is for configuration and development. Quality assurance server is for testing. We have two types of testing: user testing, unit testing, and user acceptance testing. We have two kinds of testings. And in the production is real business operations. Okay, so this is what we do in the system landscape. So this is the step-by-step trial balance migration from Tally to SAP. As we discussed, we need a recent trial balance also, right? So when we have the trial balance, when they share in Excel, how do we migrate it from Tally to SAP? How do we migrate? We migrate using the migration tools like LFSW and LTMC. We use these migration tools to migrate this data from Tally to SAP. Okay. So If the organization is big, then definitely we need to use any of these tools. Okay, if we are using S/4HANA, we use LTMC. Okay, if the organization, if the company is small, then we can manually we can manually, do the migration using the FB01 or F-02. If the data is small, then definitely we can manually post this. Okay, this is what about system landscape. Okay, and about migrating data. This document I will share for your reference. I hope you understand this. Okay.